Yes, all my hip hop heads, and welcome back to the JD Hip Hop Review channel. Hope everyone is blessed. So, this is one of the reviews I was meant to do in January. So, I'm just going to crack on with this, because this, like I said to you yesterday, this is my week of catch up, sorry. So, this is on an artist, goes by the name of Tre-Dot, a USA artist. The album is called Vinyl Tears. The whole album was produced by DJ Kawon, sorry. It's 10 tracks. It's 43 minutes long. It's on Mad Good Records. It's 5 actual songs and then 5 of the instrumentals. That's how it comes. It's on Bandcamp and all that. If you go onto Mad Good Records on their Bandcamp, you'll find the album. So this is Tre-Dot and Kawon's first project together, and every beat is built from real vinyl records. So it gives you that snap, crackle, original sound that defined hip hop. And so they're keeping it real, and they're keeping it in the roots sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Like, big up for that, man, because it does actually give it like that sort of more old school sort of sound. That's what I got from it while I was listening to it. So I'm going to do the track listing now. So the track 1 is Footprints in the Sand. Track 2 is called Warriors. Track 3 is called Snap, Crackle and Pop. Track 4 is called Vinyl Tears. And then track 5 is called Last Breath. And then track 6 is Footprints in the Sand instrumental. Track 7, Warriors instrumental, etc, etc, etc. Okay? But you do get an extra track on the Bandcamp. I think it's a kind of like a sample, like sort of thing. So, the one thing, see, what I really want to talk about this album was, the one thing I will say about Tre-Dot is he is incredible when it comes to telling stories. And track 1, this one was a deep track, because track 1, Footsteps in the Sand, he is talking about his dad becoming sick, and he is telling the story of what happened and how he had to help look after him, and how it's a privilege to return the love to, you know, because the thing is, what you got to remember is your mum and dad bring you up, but when your mum and dad get older, they get unwell. And then you then have to take that role on. And it is a privilege, you know. They did it for us, and then we have to do it for them. So track 1 there is an incredibly sad and deep track. And Tre-Dot, thank you for sharing that, because that, honestly, mate, like, when I was listening to that, I was just like, wow. Like, you're a very strong man for sharing that, you know. Some people wouldn't want to talk about what happened, like, with their parents and, you know, getting unwell and all that. But honestly, man, thank you for bringing that, because that was some seriously deep hip hop, and that's what it's all about. Now, track 5, it gets even deeper. Track 5 is called Last Breath, and you can see where this is going right now, can't you? So track 5 is about watching his dad pass away. And again, like I said, this song hit me. Tre-Dot is a legend for this. I almost felt like I was there, because of the detail that guy puts in to his lyrics. You know, it is the emotion in the song, and it is such a powerful song. And seriously, them 2 tracks, they're a lot. Every single track is amazing, I'm not saying it, but them 2 tracks alone is the definition of hip hop, because of the storytelling, because he's keeping it real. You know, he's not talking about guns and stuff and women, he's talking about family, yeah? And that's what it's all about. Real stories, keeping it real, man. Tre-Dot, man, seriously, Tre-Dot, thank you for sharing this incredible story and keeping it real and keeping it hip hop. I salute you. The other track I will say about that I really liked was Vinyl Tears, because he's talking about like hip hop, and one thing that he mentions in that track is that once you lay these songs out on vinyl, then it's here for good. You think about it, your story is then on a vinyl, And then, you know, that could be in a record crate somewhere, and then generations down could find that and then go, oh, what's this, and put that on. And then they're going to learn about Tre-Dot's story. And he talks about it on here. He sort of talks about how finding hip-hop, you know, laying down his story about hip-hop. It doesn't always have to be about, you know, all the gang stuff. Like he's saying, some songs are about love, some songs are about happiness, some songs are about sadness. And that's what I loved about Vinyl Tears. It was almost like sort of telling you about hip-hop, about where it's gone, where it's coming, where it's going to. So yeah, so that was, like I said, that's a 5-track EP. The only thing I will say about it is I wish it was bloody longer. I know it says it's 10 tracks, but they're only instrumentals. 5 of the tracks are only instrumentals. So yeah, you know. But one thing I will say as well about DJ Kawon is his production is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I've been very blessed, yeah, because I've actually heard, since being in contact with DJ Kawon, thanks to Tre-Dot, he's actually sent me 2 more albums of what he did, which one of them will be getting reviewed this week. I'm not going to say who. He knows who it is. If he's watching this review, he knows who it is. But anyway, this Kawon guy, he, like, production-wise, he is incredible. Like although this is their first project together, I would say that this is one of the best. Like, they work the best together. You know, sometimes you just get people, and when they work together, they fit so well together, and they bring the best out in each other. And that's what I believe that Tre-Dot and Kawon did. Was the way they worked together, the way they put this together, the way they put this album together was incredible. And like I said, for me, Footprints in the Sand and Last Breath that to me was the definition of a real storyteller. That is the definition of some real hip hop there. You know, sometimes we need to hear them real stories, and that's exactly what Tre-Dot has done there. He has told us some real shizzle. He's literally poured his heart out onto them 2 tracks to tell us the emotion, the bad times. But although he's talking about, you know, how sad it was and all that, he's also talking about how grateful that he got to spend time with his dad, and that he's still here for his mum. And that is one hell of a blessed guy, I'll tell you right now. So that was my little talk about Tre-Dot and DJ Kawon's album. Like I said, guys, just go to Mad Good Records on Bandcamp, look them up, look up this album, go buy it. Trust me, it's definitely worth a listen. Very, very emotional, very, very deep hip hop. It's what it's all about. You know, sometimes you need to hear the truth. Sometimes these people, like I said, this Tre-Dot is poured his heart out into definitely them 2 songs. Yeah, that for me, brilliant, absolutely brilliant album. Definitely going to be looking a bit more into Tre-Dot, because obviously I'm from the UK, he's from the USA. It's the first time I come across him. But bless up to Tre-Dot for sending me the album and letting me review it. And bless up to DJ Kawon for the sick production on this album. So yeah, hop over to Bandcamp, Mad Good Records, go buy the album. Alright, anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with another little review. Stay blessed, thanks for your support, peace.
Heaven's harmony, no pain, no simple, no worries. Said what I said, I know my dad heard me.